And welcome to another episode of Enigmatica 6 Expert, where in between episodes I've finished crafting these ancient trees and just sort of kind of plonked them around. Probably where those windmills are would have been a good spot for one. But the one that I had left, when I looked back on today, all the leaves were gone. So there had been a bit of an aura deficit, and I think we should be kind of even now. I've got the recipe bookmarked. But it was just the Spectre's Eye thing we don't have, which we have to do a meet your fight thing, which I think is like you summon a boss to fight. So that could be interesting. There's a few other things in my inventory. We're going to be doing some crafting. I created this Corporea index, which looks really cool. Looks really cool. Never used it. Don't know what it's for. Something about transporting items. Maybe transporting mana? I'm really not sure. But that should be kind of cool. And used if you want to get into integrated dynamics. A Corporea requesting halo. Interactive Corporea. Huh. Anyhow. So we'll leave that. We may look at that at some point. I'll put some stuff in this backpack with the other magic stuff. But first things first, I want to knock off these last two quests that we have in our Apprentice Magic section, and then we can start looking at perhaps moving on to some of this Adept stuff. I don't know if we'll get started on, well, probably today, I imagine. We're not getting started on the Master Magic, but I want to get through some of these magic ones so that we can get into our final tech ones, which I imagine it's all pretty interlinked. So, for a start, for the Alchemy Table, I think the only thing I'm missing is these stone altars. Which we have some. No, those are wooden altars over there. Okay, I don't have some. But we're also missing blank slates, which require an other stone slate, which you can craft like this. So we're going to be doing that. Man, that portal is noisy. And other stone slates, enchanting apparatus. Yeah. A bunch of these, and some source gems. Now I did expand our source storage, not really our source collection. But just putting in some more tanks. Which looks to have been working pretty well, although we probably need to make sure we keep harvesting stuff. Yeah, we might want to look at increasing our source generation. And these things will be crafting us these other stone slates, which we probably use for an inert storage accessor. Huh. We can make a storage accessor storage network. That's kind of interesting. I've never used occultism storage network, and we probably don't need to now that we have refined storage. But I imagine there are some cool things, but we really just want these blank slates. That's really all I was after. So if we go and craft that, the only other thing I still need to get are those stone altars, which we have all of this stuff. That's like an alloy of lead and something. Yeah. That's just a little bit of lightning crafting. I guess I'll make a few of these. Eventually, I think I'm going to be using XNet to automate this, because it's pretty slow. But I mean, at the moment we do only need the one blank slate. I'm kind of hopefully waiting until we can set up the blood altar in the overworld, because at the moment it's restricted to this dimension until we craft the master blood orb, I believe. So we'll see how we go, whether or not we can get away with this wooden box monstrosity. But eventually I would like to set up something a little bit nicer than this. I don't know. Not in this dimension. Let's get our Alchemy Table. Nice. And it's completed a blood magic quest. And our last thing that we need to make is this white chalk. Okay. Which needs 7,000 LP. Okay, cool. That's the tier of altar we've got. And then we need impure white chalk. Which needs this alchemy table we've just made. I don't have any of these things. Got the blood orb. Okay, so plant oil. That looks pretty simple. I think we can make that. Burnt occult stone. Or burnt other stone. Other stone was arcane stone. That doesn't look too bad. So burnt other stone. Other stone. Arcane stone. We have to craft a bunch like that. Okay. Well, I'll just bulk craft some of that. And Otherworld ashes is Otherworld wood. Which... oh, primarily found in Otherworld groves. Now, I haven't come across... I didn't manage to find anything using that third eye stuff. Which is when you eat the occultism fruit. Or we can get an otherworldly bee through the ritual sacrifice of the rocky bee. The otherworldly bee may be bound to this plane. The ritual sacrifice. I wonder... right, okay, no, so I was thinking it might have been a blood altar thing, but it's this golden sacrificial bowl. Silver honeycomb we do get. I'd have to stop the bees from, or stop that from getting processed to get any. We could do that. We could do that. Okay, so crafted a bunch of sacrificial bowls. And then we've got one other recipe. But here we go. This should get us the golden sacrificial bowl. Ah, there it is. Just took a second. Cool. And then we just need all of this stuff. Like some burnt other stone. Nice. And then just silver dust, which is easy, and the silver honeycomb, which is semi-easy. Semi-easy. And luckily, everything got jammed up. I'm not sure how that is happening. Unless the centrifuge is auto-outputting into this chest. And that's how we're getting these items in here, but I'm not going to complain for now, because we want 4 silver honeycombs. And then I guess we unblock this thing. Yeah, I'm not sure how we ended up with stuff in there. Oh, and it was mentioned that I was crushing items I didn't want to be crushing, but I don't think so. I think I'm good. Like, I'm only extracting stuff that can be crushed, and then extract everything else into here. That's just getting imported. I think we're good. I don't think I'm crushing things I can't. So it should be nice. Should be fine. That should go in there, though. Then yeah. That burnt other stone. I just need to figure out how this ritual works. Oh, we also need this book of binding. Okay, which needs a book of binding. Those look easy. And purified ink. Huh. That's not bad. And it did kind of look like we wanted a few of these purified inks, because they're used for crafting all of these books of binding. Which, yep, I probably want an Afrit and a Ginny. Is it a Genie? And a Foliate. And a Marit. I mean, I probably want these things. I don't know. And then after crafting this Dictionary of Spirits, we put this Book of Binding onto that, and we get a Book of Binding Foliate. Can be used to summon the Foliate, the Boo. I think I just want to make this otherworldly bee, though. So that should be everything. We just need the Demon's Dream. But I'm assuming it's something like... And then if we look at the recipe, you know, kind of has to be, may only be used in the item. Craft red chalk to lift this restriction. Oh. Well. Maybe we need to make chalk first, can we? I thought we couldn't. Oh, maybe we need to find the wood first. I might be missing... some stuff. Well, set this up anyway. I'm hoping that the ingredients don't have to go in a specific order, but when it's saying like a pentacle, do they mean like a pentagram? Yeah, okay. I need to I need to figure out how we actually create one of these rituals. We're not just going to be guessing it. Right, so I've been looking a bit at some, occultism tutorials. I think I might be better off making myself this divining rod. Now, if I'd been following the occultism quests, this probably wouldn't have been too bad to get to. And I guess I could do the actual quest for this, make another stone and make a spirit attuned gem. Which I've already got that. And we've already got spirit attuned gems. I just bulk crafted some. And that's just going to get us these bits and pieces. We'll put that in there. Cool. Because we can make a... Oh, purified ink. And let's just... I guess we'll eat cod chips. Just keep the quests sort of emptied out. I think we're caught up. But if we make a divining rod, this can help us find those locations. Quite a while ago, I was trying to just sort of wander around with the third eye effect and find these groves and the areas where there's this other stone stuff. But if we make a divination rod, which we actually just recently were able to, we can do that. For some reason I haven't had to teach a copper rod yet. If we craft this divination rod, nice. We can use this for finding otherworld wood. So, we get ourselves just a bit of oak wood. It's now attuned. Oh, it's not attuned. Shift right click. Cool. And then when I right click him, if there was any otherworld wood nearby, it would highlight it. We're probably going to need to do that where we actually have oak wood, because none of this is oak wood. This is all different wood. And actually, they could be underground things. No, in the overworld, these materials are mostly commonly found in lush underground groves. Oh! Other wood can be acquired by throwing an oak sapling into the spirit flame and planting the resulting unstable sapling. Ah, okay. Well, let's do that instead. Nice, unstable otherworld sapling. Now, I don't know if these will actually look different. I suspect they won't. No, you can see that it says it's like an occultism log and occultism leaves. But you can't really see the difference. I mean, now if we right click that, it actually doesn't show it. What? That is supposed to highlight the logs. Well, that doesn't seem very good. But if we eat the demonstrating fruit, and it gives us the effect, there we go. Now we can see that this is otherworldly wood and otherworldly leaves. We want to harvest this before we lose the effect. Nice, otherworld wood. Cool, and then we can use that to get ourselves this burnt other stone, which I think we need, or burnt other wood rather. Which I'm pretty sure we need. Now, this doesn't become planks. Do we use this for much else? I mean, I feel like this is just showing us log recipes. So we'll just chuck this otherworld wood here. There's some otherworld ashes. We could use that to craft this chalk, which is kind of what we're trying to do, but I think we need the chalk before we can actually do this recipe. I think. Not sure how the whole pentacle thing works. So we've got burnt otherstone, we've got otherworld ashes, we just need plant oil, which would be simple. And then I tried placing the alchemy table and only can be used in the undergarden. So we're going to go back to our our crappy square box in the Undergarden for a bit of that crafting, and I'll just put all this other stuff away for now. Okay, so we'll set up our table, not quite that way, how about that way? Now if we get ourselves our blood orb, put you there. There's that. Oh, it's slowly going to craft. Oh, those things. Now, I don't know if it actually uses blood essence, but there's our plant oil, and then we can use that if I'd grabbed some of the ashes. Oh, insufficient LP in the soul network. Okay, so we do need to keep that topped up. Alright. Yeah, let's go grab the other bits and then craft ourselves this chalk. Okay, so then we craft this. Now wait, was that correct? That's only 2 of each. Orb's tier is not high enough for this recipe. Is it just because I didn't have it in there? It's just because I didn't have it in there. And then we're going to need 7,000 life points inside our altar. And we're out of LP again. I guess we'll leave that recipe set up. Alright, there we go. We've got enough life essence in there now. Let's convert this chalk. And we'll just time to bottle them. Nice. Awesome. Let's refill this blood orb. That's gonna take a while. Mate. Nice. Well, apprentice stuff is done. I don't want to pin that. We're on to Adept, which I guess we need these things, and then we can figure out how we craft all this stuff. So another stone trader. Ah. So Spirit Trader can get us other stone cheaper. That could be kind of cool. Transparent Spirits? Alright, I don't know what that is. We've already made those things. Blank Slate's cool. Undergarden Music. And then we're going to be crafting like blank runes, which... Living Wood, we've got that. Carcass Bend we've made. Blank Slates, that's going to take a while. We're going to want to automate this better. I'm going to have to set up a better blood magic setup than like a crafting table as part of the wall. But we can definitely do that. And set up like that easy automation that even they talked about where it like puts one thing in at a time. But nice. And just crafting up us. They made those other 2 impure white chalks. We'll just craft them up. But yeah, I think we're going to have to set up a more permanent blood magic setup in the Undergarden, even though I didn't really want to. I think, oh dear, we're probably still a little ways away from actually being able to move this to the overworld, so I might find an area to make it something that looks a bit better than this. I mean, it could be kind of cool. Could be kind of cool. And just looking at the first quests in our Adept Magic one, we're actually really close to this. All we need is 4 candles. Actually, it looks like it could be any sort of candle. None of these look particularly easier than any of the regular ones, so I guess we'll... Oh. Okay, some of them definitely look easier than other ones. String, beeswax, and a dye. Okay. Let's make some candles, finish that quest. I think I'll hold off making this otherworldly bee. I mean, we do have some otherworldly saplings now. Eventually we'll want to use that bee. I don't know if we ever really need, like, that much otherworldly logs. But beeswax got plenty of. String? I guess light grey candles. Nice. And faster. Cool, and this does give us more enchanting, although max a turn at 15. Alright, enchanting table's not here. Oh, it's not what I wanted. At some point we will be able to get even better enchantments. I mean, it would be nice to upgrade our armor at some point. I mean, this does me fine at the moment, but, you know, upgrades are cool. There we go. That's completed the first quest of Adept. I don't know why we... Oh, I need to complete these quests before it'll let me get the Nature's Aura ones. But cool. Nice. Yes, Apprentice magic quests are complete, and we're making our start on the Adept magic quests. And it'll be interesting to check some of the stuff out. That's something I haven't played around with. But I think we will set up a better Blood Altar setup in the Undergarden, and maybe a little bit of an item setup for the occultism ritual, instead of just, you know, doing like an extremely basic one and waiting till I can eventually bring it to the overworld. We can set something better up in the meantime. But hey, it's been ClassicDuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.